It's interesting, Mr. Gavaskar, you know, Virat Kohli, he came for the press conference a short while back and he was telling the media that when he had a chat with Ajinkya Rahane before the Dharamsala test, he asked Rahane, what do you want? And Rahane said, you know, what do you think? And he said, look, you're the captain, it's your call. And Rahane instantly said 5 bowlers. If I can go back to something that we've been discussing earlier as well, Ajinkya Rahane, the cricketing brain that he has, you know, he has this reputation of being quiet, of being shy, someone who's a very hard worker. You can get him to bat in any position. But what the Dharamsala test has also shown, and it's great news really for Indian cricket overall, is that this player also has a very, very good cricketing brain when it comes to captaincy.
I totally agree. Totally agree. You know, I think because of his self-effacing nature, you thought that maybe would he be able to control the team as well as say Virat is doing, but he was outstanding, absolutely outstanding. I mean, the way he made his bowling changes, the confidence that he had, and of course, going in with 5 bowlers was a big step because you're talking about losing one of your best batsmen, one of the best batsmen in the world. He's not there. And you still insist on going with 5 bowlers and 5 batsmen. I think that was fantastic. The way he handled the situation, particularly after Australia were 140 for 1 on day 1. The bowling changes he made at that stage actually showed what a sharp cricketing brain he has. And I've got to say, he's joined the 5 Mumbai, I think 5 Mumbai captains who have won their first test as captain. So I would like to welcome him to that club as well.
All right, great praise there coming in from Mr. Sunil Gavaskar for Ajinkya Rahane. Also, Mr. Gavaskar, I had to ask you about the way Indian cricket you think has changed perhaps ever since Virat Kohli became captain and now he has Anil Kumble as the coach as well. These two in many ways are shaping the future of Indian cricket. How highly would you rate the way things are falling into place for them? Because Virat himself, when he spoke to the media, he said, look, let's not get carried away with what we have achieved so far. I'll have a bigger smile on my face when we start winning regularly abroad.
Yes, I think that's what we always want to do. I think because that's the test that we set ourselves as players, that we are familiar with home conditions. So if you do well at home, great. I think it's pretty much expected. But when you do well overseas, the satisfaction is a completely different satisfaction. It's a greater satisfaction because you then believe that in conditions that you're not used to, that you've done well. And therefore, I can understand what Virat is trying to say. But the team is on the right track. They are on the right track with Anil Kumble as the coach because Anil brings not only massive experience of his own, but he was an aggressive bowler. I think he had the temperament of a fast bowler, although he was a leg spinner. He had the temperament of a fast bowler. And that aggression has been seen by the bowlers as well. I mean, you look at Umesh Yadav, what a fantastic season he's had. He's played 12 out of the 13 matches. And he bowls the first ball of the day at the same speed as which he bowls the last ball of the day. So his fitness, his stamina, and more importantly, the aggression that he's shown in these 12 test matches has also been a crucial factor in India winning the 3 series.
Absolutely, absolutely. You make a very fair point there, sir. Let's now talk about individual players, and someone, of course, who's, everyone's talking about is Ravindra Jadeja, man of the match, man of the series. Akash, this is one conversation that I remember personally having with Mr. Gavaskar on our previous shows about the evolution of Ravindra Jadeja. When he made his test debut in 2012 against England, I don't think too many people would have thought that he would become this integral a part of the Indian test setup, especially as a spinner. How would you rate his evolution and his overall growth as an overall cricketer?
He's been absolutely outstanding. When the season started, there was a bit of a condition supply kind of star asterisk ahead of his name that he's brilliant when the conditions suit him. He's not as impressive if the pitch isn't offering as much. But the way he bowled in Bengaluru on a flat pitch, he got 6 wickets, bowled 22 overs. The way he picked up another 5 in Ranchi, again, day 1 pitch, flat pitch. He picked up wickets. The way he's batted, the 90 he scored in Mohali, the 63 he scored in Dharamsala. I think he has now eliminated all doubts. He has evolved as a proper test match all-rounder. And he will now be actually pushing even someone like Ravichandran Ashwin when we tour overseas. If there is a situation where you want to play only one spinner, oh my God, that's a proper competition between the two offies, one with the left arm, the other with the right arm.
Right, from Ravindra Jadeja, let's go across now, of course, to the fast bowlers. And I want to talk about all of them together with Mr. Gavaskar. You have Ishant, Umesh, Bhuvneshwar. You know, not very often are the fast bowlers spoken of, and when we are analysing a series win or when we are analysing a test win in Indian conditions, in subcontinental conditions especially. But the way that they bowled, not just in Dharamsala but overall in this series, that was a very, very important facet, sir, you would say, of why India went on to win this series 2-1.
And also why I feel that this Indian team can win overseas is because of the way the new ball bowlers bowled. Don't forget, Mohammad Shami didn't play in the series at all. And he had a huge role again to play in the win against England. Some of the spells that Mohammad Shami bowled in that England series were really, really fiery. And if he had bowled on this pitch, believe you me, Australia would have struggled to get to 300, because he is not just a bowler who's got that nip off the surface. Because of his height, he's got that skinny bouncer, which takes a lot of batsmen by surprise, and he can nip the ball both ways at that speed of about almost 145 kilometers per hour. So I think if he had been there, I think the attack would have been even sharper. But to have Ishant, to have Mohammad Shami not playing this game, is a huge plus. You've got Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Umesh Yadav doing the job. So in a situation in the future, if you want to rotate these bowlers, give them just a little bit of a break, India has got the bowling reserves as well, pace bowling reserves as well. And that really is good news, particularly if India has got to play overseas.